Now the subject of steroids is always coming up in fitness-related circles, and especially where weightlifting is involved. And you know, a lot of times you'll see like celebrities, and they'll put on like 30 pounds of muscle in like 3 months, and then they'll suddenly come out with these bunches of like gimmicky kind of sales things where it's like, see how so-and-so gained 30 pounds of muscle in 3 months, and you can do the same by just doing these simple tricks. And you're supposed to like follow their dietary advice, and you follow their workouts, and you pay for whatever, you know, the information, and you don't get any of the results. Well, I subscribed to stronglifts.com, the guy Mehdi, I think that's how you pronounce his name, not entirely sure, but he sent out this email, and it had an attachment to or a link, had a link attached to a article that was published in the New England Journal of Medicine, and I will post that in the description box below so that you can click on it, and I'll also put it on the screen for you to see. But that article, it describes 4 control groups that you know, steroids was part. 2 of the groups were given steroids, 2 of the groups weren't. Now also 2 groups were exercising or doing weight-bearing, load-bearing exercise, and 2 groups were not. So the first 2 groups, you know, I can't remember the orders of the groups, but though I think it was group 3 was doing exercise, or group 2 was doing exercise, and they were given no steroids. So placebo, they were getting a placebo. And now they, over a course of 10 weeks, were able to gain 4 pounds of muscle, which for a new lifter, that's pretty reasonable. You know, you can make really quick gains for those usually for the first 6 months or so. People will gain, you know, pretty quick. You may gain a couple pounds throughout your first year if you're really, your training is very on point, your nutrition, you know, you're consuming enough calories to account for that amount of muscular gain. But so, you know, they gained 4 pounds. So then the question is now, how much did the steroid group gain? And the results in this test were that over the course of the 10 weeks, the steroid group, which were taken in a similar caloric intake and similar calorie-nutrient ratios, they gained 14 pounds of muscle. So 10 pounds more muscular gains than the group that was exercising alone. Now the other 2 groups, the one group was giving no steroids and they did no exercise. They saw no change throughout the course of the study. But the other group, they did no exercise and they were given steroids. And the effects on them were that they gained 7 pounds of muscle during the course of the study. So they actually gained more muscle doing nothing, just being injected with 600 milligrams of testosterone per day, than the group that was just doing exercise. So they gained 3 pounds more than the other guys that were doing nothing whatsoever. So in this case, steroids did a ton for the individuals that were given them. So if you've ever wondered what, you know, the effects, how you might progress differently if given steroids, well, this publication in the New England Journal of Medicine seems to sum it up pretty well. So, you know, next time somebody somebody wants to compare you to another person, or, I love this story. A few years ago, I was at the Arnold Classic, and there was this guy standing. They were selling a supplement called Monster Mass. Now, as actually a good friend of mine that invited me to go, and I hadn't been before, and we went up, and at the time I really wasn't even very involved in weightlifting. I didn't really do anything, and he was really into MMA, and that was why he wanted to go. But so we go up there, and this lady's standing there with this guy, and this guy is gargantuan. I mean, he's like 300 pounds at like 4% body fat or something. You can see like every vein in his body like standing up off of him, and the lady's like looking at this Monster Mass, and she turns around to me and she says, "You start taking that Monster Mass, you'll be big like that guy." And I'm pretty sure she was being serious. But I just kind of smiled and agreed. But my thoughts were, I could chug the whole thing of that Monster Mass every day, and it would not give me the effects that that guy has. And, I mean, this was some naive, sweet old lady that I don't even know what she was doing there. But the point is, don't be taken in by the sales. Don't be caught up on the gimmicks. Don't let the fact that some celebrity shooting 600 milligrams of testosterone or taking Anavar or whatever people take to get results that are gaining 30 pounds in 3 months delude you into believing that you're going to get those results by just eating a healthy diet and lifting. So, wish you guys the best, make good decisions, eat lots of fruits and plants. Take it easy.